Alright, so here's the new oil pressure regulator. Regulates to 40 psi. And then here is 372 spinning at idle. And I don't see any oil dripping down here underneath it. So I think my oil issue is solved. I won't know until I actually drive it and then recheck it after a little bit of driving, but at idle is a good time because it's cold start and I have, this is the highest oil pressure you're going to see with the oil being cold. But again, this side of the pressure regulator should be all at 40 psi. So it looks like the dash 10 drain is going to be adequate based off this very preliminary test with it idling here, and I don't see any weeping. One thing I got to check still is if I turn the car off, basically you can see it has about maybe a 8-degree slant downwards this direction. So I got to see if that oil that's just sitting in the cartridge after I turned it off is going to start basically dripping down into this section right down here. So that's what we're going to look for right now. Let's go over here. See, we're idling around 800 RPM where we're supposed to be. That was my lift making a little rattling noise. Now let's see if I get any oil drippage. It's all good so far. I don't see any oil dripping out of the cartridge. So that's a really good sign. Very good sign. Appears to be dry. So it looks like it worked. One thing also worth pointing out is, so the oil that gets bypassed, that's above 40 psi, goes down this tube right here, and then snakes down with the rest of the plumbing down there, my wheel well, and then it feeds back into right here. So that hard line, that silver hard line, and it tees into the drain fitting right there. Oops, sorry. Right there. It tees back in. And then that goes to the normal spot under the block, so where the factory oil drain sits. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little while. Hopefully no oil accumulates down there, but I think based on how this looks, I don't see any oil draining out of here. So it looks pretty good to me. Maybe I'll run this test a couple more times and just confirm, but I think it might be all right here.